Stop doing what you think works to win her over, because here's the truth: everything you knew about attraction is wrong. All right, fellas, let's dive right into it. Picture this: you're deep in conversation with someone who's so magnetic, it's like they're reading your mind. And then, out of nowhere, they drop a phrase so powerful it flips the whole dynamic. You know what I'm talking about, the kind of line that leaves you breathless, wondering, how do they know exactly what to say? That's what we're diving into today. We're not talking about those cheesy pickup lines you find on the back of a cereal box. Nope. Today, I'm revealing irresistible phrases that will not only grab her attention but also keep her thinking about you long after the conversation's over. These aren't just random words, they're handpicked, expertly crafted to spark curiosity, stir emotions, and most importantly, create a connection that feels deeper than just small talk. But before we jump in it, let me share a quick story. Have you ever been in the situation where you thought you were saying all the right things, but it just didn't seem to click? Like you're putting in the effort, you're trying to be charming, but somehow the vibe just isn't there? I've been there too, and let me tell you, it's frustrating. It's like being stuck in a conversation loop where you're trying everything, but nothing's landing. Here's the thing: what if I told you that the reason it's not working isn't that you're doing wrong, but that you're not using the right tools? Communication is an art. And like any art form, it requires the right techniques to create something truly memorable. And that's what these 9 phrases are. They're your secret tools to creating a lasting impression, to going beyond the surface level and making a genuine connection. So, are you ready to change the way you communicate? Are you ready to learn how to speak in a way that makes her feel like you really get her? But let's get started. 1. I love your sense of humor. All right? Let's kick things off with this one. A sense of humor is like a fingerprint. It's unique to each person. So, when you say, I love your sense of humor, you're not just throwing out a compliment. You're telling her you appreciate something about her that's deeply personal and incredibly attractive. But why does this work so well? Think about it. Humor is often a reflection of our inner world. It's how we see the absurdities of life, how we find joy in the everyday. By complimenting her sense of humor, you're not just saying she's funny, you're saying you get her, you resonate with the way she sees the world. This phrase opens the door to playful banter, to shared laughter, which, by the way, is one of the strongest ways to create a bond. Imagine this scenario. You're out on a date, and she cracks a joke that makes you genuinely laugh. Instead of just laughing and moving on, you look her in the eyes and say, I love your sense of humor. Watch how her face lights up, how she suddenly feels more connected to you. It's a game changer, because it goes more than just a compliment, it's validation of who she is. This also works wonders because humor is a powerful tool for breaking down barriers. We're all a little guarded when we first meet someone, right? But when you share a laugh, when you appreciate her humor, those walls start to crumble. You're not just 2 strangers trying to impress each other, you're 2 people who found common ground, who can laugh together. And that, my friends, is where real connections start. 2. Your company makes my day so much better. Let's talk about this phrase, which might seem simple, but it carries a lot of weight. We all crave to be valued, not just for what we do, but for who we are. When you tell someone their presence brightens your day, it's more than just flattery. You're acknowledging their impact on your life. It's like saying you're not just another person in the crowd, you're someone who matters. Why does this hit so hard? Well, in today's world where everyone is busy and distracted, being seen, truly seen, is rare. When you tell her that her company makes your day better, you're doing something powerful. You're making her feel valued. You're saying that her presence has a positive impact on you, that she's someone you genuinely enjoy being around. And let's be honest, who doesn't want to hear that? Imagine you're on a walk together, maybe through a park or along a beach, and you're just enjoying the moment. You turn to her and say, you know, your company makes my day so much better. It's such a simple phrase, but it has the potential to deepen your connection in that instant. She'll feel appreciated, important, and more connected to you because you've acknowledged her impact on your life. This phrase is also powerful because it reinforces positive behavior. When someone knows they make you feel good, they'll naturally want to spend more time with you to continue being a positive presence in your life. It's a subtle but effective way of strengthening your bond, of making her feel like you're someone who truly appreciates her for who she is. 3. I admire your way of thinking. Let's dive into this one because it's a personal favorite. Everyone loves to be admired for their intellect, right? When you say, I admire your way of thinking, You're stepping away from superficiality and tapping into something much more profound. You're saying you appreciate her mind, her perspective, the way she navigates through the complexities of life. This phrase is like a breath of fresh air in a world where looks often get all the attention. You're telling her that what's inside her head is just as attractive as what's on the outside, maybe even more so. And trust me, this kind of admiration goes a long way. It tells her that you're not just interested in surface level stuff, you're genuinely curious about how she thinks, how she views the world. Think about a time when you were in a deep conversation with someone, and they said something that just blew your mind. Maybe it was a perspective you hadn't considered or a way of looking at things that was totally new to you. Now imagine if in that moment you looked at her and said, "I really admire your way of thinking." It's like giving her the ultimate intellectual compliment, and it shows that you're engaged, that you're paying attention to more than just the conversation, you're paying attention to her. This phrase can also open the door to even deeper conversations. When someone knows you admire the way they think, they're more likely to share their thoughts, their ideas, their passions with you. And those kinds of conversations, they're the ones that create real, lasting connections. 4. You intrigue me. Oh man, this one is absolute gold. It's mysterious, it's captivating, and it leaves her wanting to know more. When you tell someone you intrigue me, you're letting her know that there's something about her that's different, something that's got you hooked. But here's the kicker, you're not giving away too much. It's a subtle invitation for her to open up, to reveal more layers of herself. Why does this work so well? Because it plays into the human desire to be seen as unique, as someone worth getting to know. When you tell her she intrigues you, you're essentially saying there's something about you that I can't quite put my finger on, but I'm fascinated by it. Almost like you're leaving a little bit of mystery, a little bit of anticipation, and that's incredibly alluring. Let's say you're in a conversation and she says something that piques your interest. Maybe it's a hobby she has or a unique perspective on something. Instead of just saying, "That's cool," you lean in a bit, look her in the eye, and say, "You intrigue me." It's such a simple phrase, but it adds a layer of depth to the interaction. She'll start to wonder what it is about her that intrigues you, and that curiosity will keep the conversation going, maybe even long after you've parted ways. This phrase is also great because it keeps things playful yet deep. It's not overly serious, but it's also not superficial. It strikes the perfect balance between showing interest and maintaining a sense of mystery, which, as we all know, can be incredibly powerful in building attraction. 5. Your positive attitude is contagious. Let's talk about positivity for a minute. Positivity is like a magnet, it draws people in. When you tell her, your positive attitude is contagious, you're doing more than just giving her a pat on the back. You're showing her that her energy affects you, that it lifts you up and makes you want to be around her more. Why is this such a powerful phrase? Because in a world where negativity often takes center stage, positivity stands out. It's refreshing, it's uplifting, and it's something people crave. When you acknowledge her positive attitude, you're not just complimenting her, you're reinforcing a quality that makes her someone people want to be around. Imagine this, you're spending time with her, and she's got this amazing energy. She's upbeat, she's optimistic, and it's just infectious. Instead of just enjoying it silently, you look at her and say, "Your positive attitude is contagious." Watch how that simple acknowledgement makes her glow. She'll feel appreciated, and more importantly, she'll associate that feeling with being around you. This phrase also works wonders in building a positive feedback loop. When someone knows their positivity is noticed and appreciated, they'll naturally want to keep it up. And the more positivity there is in your interactions, the stronger and more enjoyable your connection will be. It's a win-win situation. 6. I like the way you speak. All right, let's break this one down because it's more than just a compliment about her voice. When you say, "I like the way you speak," you're telling her that you're drawn to her style, her confidence, her ability to express herself. It's like saying, "You've got a way with words and I'm all ears." Why does this matter? Because communication is key in any relationship. How we say things, the words we choose, the tone we use, it all matters. When you compliment her on the way she speaks, you're acknowledging not just what she says, but how she says it. You're telling her that her voice, her choice of words, her delivery all resonate with you. Let's say you're deep in conversation and she's passionately talking about something she cares about. Instead of just nodding along, you take a moment to say, I really like the way you speak. It's such a small phrase, but it has the potential to make her feel seen and appreciated on a deeper level. She'll know that you're not just hearing her words, you're truly listening and appreciating the way she expresses herself. This phrase is also great for encouraging her to share more. When someone knows you like the way they communicate, they'll feel more confident opening up, sharing their thoughts, and engaging in deeper conversations. And that, my friends, is where the real magic happens in any relationship. 7. I love your adventurous spirit. Now, who doesn't want a little adventure in their life? When you say, I love your adventurous spirit, you're not just complimenting her. You're aligning yourself with her desire to explore, to take risks, to live life to the fullest. You're saying, I'm ready to dive into whatever comes our way. This phrase is powerful because it taps into the desire for excitement, for new experiences, for breaking out of the mundane. When you acknowledge her adventurous spirit, you're telling her that you admire her courage, her curiosity, her willingness to step out of her comfort zone. Picture this, you're talking about plans for the weekend, and she mentions something spontaneous like going a road trip or trying a new hobby. Instead of just agreeing or commenting, you say, I love your adventurous spirit. It's like you're giving her a green light to be her bold, adventurous self, and trust me, she'll appreciate that. This phrase also invites you to join in on the adventure. It's not just about admiring her from afar, it's about saying, I want to be a part of that excitement. I want to experience new things with you. And that's a powerful way to deepen your connection, to create shared memories, and to build a bond that's based on more than just words. 8. Your presence makes me feel good. This one's all about the feels. When you tell someone your presence makes me feel good, you're expressing something raw and real. You're acknowledging how much her company means to you, how it impacts your mood in your day. Why is this phrase so effective? Because it's vulnerable. It's not just about complimenting her, it's about revealing something personal, something that shows you're affected by her in a positive way. And vulnerability, when shared appropriately, can be incredibly powerful in building a connection. Imagine this, you're sitting together, maybe after a fun day out or a deep conversation, and there's a moment of silence. You look at her and say, your presence just makes me feel really good. It's such a simple statement, but it carries so much weight. It tells her that being around her isn't just enjoyable, it's meaningful to you. This phrase is also a great way to strengthen the emotional bond between you. When someone knows their presence has a positive impact on you, it creates a sense of mutual appreciation, of shared feelings. And that, in turn, makes the connection between you even stronger. 9. I admire the way you see life. And last but certainly not least, we have I admire the way you see life. This is the kind of phrase that cuts through the noise and gets to the heart of who she is. You're not just complimenting her perspective, you're valuing her worldview, her wisdom, her ability to find meaning in the chaos. Why does this resonate so deeply? Because we all want to be seen for who we truly are beyond the surface level. When you tell her you admire the way she sees life, you're acknowledging something that's deeply personal, something that's shaped by her experiences, her journey. Think about a conversation where she's sharing her thoughts on a topic that's important to her. Maybe it's about overcoming challenges, finding joy in small things, or her philosophy on life. Instead of just nodding along, you take a moment to say, I really admire the way you see life. It's a powerful way to connect with her on a deeper level, to show that you're not just listening, you're genuinely appreciating her outlook on the world. This phrase is also an invitation to dive deeper into meaningful conversations. When someone knows you admire their perspective, they'll feel more comfortable sharing more of their thoughts, their beliefs, their experiences with you. On those kinds of conversations, they're the ones that build lasting connections, that create bonds that go beyond just attraction. So there you have it, 9 phrases that go beyond the usual small talk and hit on something much deeper. But remember, guys, it's not just about memorizing these lines. It's about feeling them, owning them, and delivering them with sincerity. Because at the end of the day, it's not the words themselves that make the difference, it's the intention behind them. Now, I'm curious which of these phrases resonated with you the most. How do you plan to incorporate them into your interactions? Drop a comment below and let's get the conversation started. And hey, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips on how to level up your social game. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Use these phrases wisely and remember, connection is everything. Until next time, keep the conversation going.